This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
And good evening to you here at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins. Tonight, we're keeping our eyes on the sky, and not just for the 4th of July fireworks, we're also watching for rain. Let's get right to Kevin Gregory for the all-important evening outlook. Kevin?
And the good news, the upper right there where you're looking at a tower cam view of the clouds, they're not towering cumulus clouds building into thunderstorms. 92 in Muncie, these are the high temperatures today, and you'll see many spots are still in the upper 80s. As far as 4th of July goes, the warmest ever, 103, and the most rain, 2.4 inches, and neither of those records in danger. As you look at central Indiana, we're dry. We've had some thunderstorms try to come into southwest Indiana. They're there and then they're gone. In other words, there's a little inhibition to these areas of rain as they move to the east, and we kind of weaken the line of showers and thunderstorms. An isolated thunderstorm certainly possible between now and 11 o'clock tonight. Temperatures will still hover around 80 degrees as it stays very humid in central Indiana. 9 o'clock to 11, there are your isolated showers and thunderstorms. Overnight temperatures, not just tonight, but the next several nights will sit in the low 70s. Tomorrow, more widespread thunderstorm activity. Temperatures just as warm, depending on the timing of those thunderstorms. We'll get into that and your weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Kevin, we'll see you soon. Thank you. Her life was a testament to the will to not only survive, but to triumph. Tonight, we celebrate the life of Holocaust survivor and museum founder Eva Moses, who passed away today at the age of 85 while visiting Poland. She was best known for opening the Candles Holocaust Museum in Terre Haute. She toured the world speaking about her experience at the Auschwitz concentration camp. Thanks to her efforts, a law requires history about the Holocaust to be taught in Indiana high schools. Cora was taken to Auschwitz when she was just 10 years old. Now, her parents and 2 sisters were killed there, but Cora and her twin sister were subject to human experimentation by Dr. Joseph Mengele, also known as the Angel of Death. Eva's son Alex spoke of his mother's ability to touch the lives of those she met.
Her great gift is that she can relate to so many people, so many different levels, whether it's a 10-year-old little kid or an 85-year-old person. She can relate to everybody, and she had this uncanny ability to draw out, what's bothering somebody.
Cora died on an annual trip to Poland organized by her museum. Officials there say she passed peacefully. The death of a dog chained up in its own backyard is prompting changes to how the city of Indianapolis handles complaints about animals in trouble. We warn you, the following images could be hard to watch. Jim Honeycutt is an animal lover, so it bothered him when he noticed his neighbor's dogs tethered and tangled outside with no way to get into their doggy door. Starting on June 25th, Jim contacted the city numerous times via phone, the Request Indy app, even the police non-emergency line. On June 27th, he saw one of the dogs, Flash, laying down and not moving, and called the city yet again. By the time Animal Care Services responded 16 hours later, Flash was dead.
It's a big failure all around, I guess, and so hopefully something gets fixed, and yeah, it doesn't happen again, I hope.
The pet's owners did not answer the door. The city cited her for 3 care and treatment violations, and she must appear in court on August 5th. The head of Animal Care Services says they have a backlog of more than 400 runs. Also, when Jim called the Mayor's Action Center to say the dog wasn't moving, the Action Center emailed an IACS supervisor to escalate the complaint rather than calling. We also reached out to the Mayor's Action Center. A spokesperson told us at the time of this case creation, email escalation was the correct protocol agreed upon by ACS. We are currently working with ACS to open other communication processes for these situations in the future. Here's what you can do to help. If you see an animal's life is in immediate danger, call 911. The next fastest way to get help is the Request Indy app that goes right into the city system. You can also call the Mayor's Action Center. Whoever you contact, make sure you include as much information as possible, including whether the dog has food, water, shelter, and the exact address. Investigators believe alcohol was a factor in a crash that killed a Hancock County woman early this morning. It happened on State Road 234 near State Road 9. That's just north of Greenfield. Police say a woman behind the wheel of a Mini Cooper crossed the center line and slammed into another vehicle. 44-year-old Rachel Thomas of Wilkerson, Indiana, was a passenger in that second vehicle. She died at the scene. 3 other people in the car with Thomas were injured. The driver of the Mini Cooper and a passenger in her car suffered minor injuries. That driver was arrested on a preliminary charge of OWI causing death. Right now, people are gathering downtown for the IPL Freedom Fest. And while you're having fun, police will be on the job, making sure everyone stays safe. Want to give you a live look here as people celebrate ahead of the big fireworks show tonight. Metro Police are deploying extra officers downtown for security, but you also play a vital role in this effort. Remember, if you see something suspicious, say something to officers. Some more reminders if you're coming downtown tonight. Make sure you're aware of street closures and have a plan for where you're parking. Also, when you're downtown, don't leave your bags or coolers unattended. And remember, you cannot stop on the interstates to watch the fireworks display. This could be hazardous to you and to other drivers as well. Emergency dispatchers in central Indiana are getting hundreds, even thousands of calls today. Dispatchers in Johnson County say some are bound to be fireworks complaints. Working for you, our Aaron Lish talks with those at the center about how crucial it is to keep the lines open so they can help save lives.
Think about calling 911 with an emergency and the lines tied up by somebody complaining about fireworks. Here at the dispatch center, they're hoping that you can help avoid this issue this 4th of July.
I need you to stop somewhere and tell me exactly where you are so I can get my officer to you.
Here at the Johnson County 911 Center, they get overwhelmed with non-emergency calls this time of year.
Yeah, we usually get them daily and around the 4th of July.
So the 911 Deputy Director, Jason Abel, is asking for your help.
If it's an emergency, the life or death, call 911. But if it's just for a firework complaint, we ask that you call our non-emergency number.
Dispatchers say minutes matter when dealing with a true emergency.
It's critical. Life or death is, minutes, seconds to get somebody there for assistance, depending on the problem.
If lines are busy with firework complaints, it takes away time to send out the proper help.
We try to get those calls out, and the national average is, less than 90 seconds. So we try to get those calls out. But, if somebody is tying up our lines, it's going to be hard to get those calls dispatched out.
So what can you do? If you are shooting off fireworks, Abel says pay attention to your local firework laws so there are less complaints coming in.
The less people we have on 911 calls for non-emergencies, the better to answer the calls for the real emergencies.
Clearing up the lines for those on the other end with life or death emergencies. Aaron Lish, RTV6.
Non-emergency lines vary by location. For instance, Johnson County's line is 317-736-5155. And for Marion County, where they're expecting more than 3,000 911 calls today, their line is simple. It is 311. The sights and sounds of fireworks are exciting for most, but it can be triggering for those living with PTSD. Up next, how one man copes each Independence Day.
Friday thunderstorms will become more widespread. We'll get into the timing, but heat of the day is the start of that. Will it impact your weekend plans as well? Find out coming up.
From the Hogsett family. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Celebrating Independence Day with fireworks is fun and exciting, but for some veterans, the sound can trigger their post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms. Nicholas Remke is a Marine veteran. He and his wife have worked together over the years to manage his PTSD. However, the 4th of July and surrounding days are always a challenge. Remke says the boom of the fireworks take him right back to some of the most frightening times in his life. The sound reminds him of when his camp was under mortar attack in Afghanistan. Remke says the worst symptoms happen if he hears the fireworks as he's falling asleep. The booms wake him up and he feels like he's right back in his camp and under fire.
You're kind of ingrained to, you have to react. You have to react quickly because it could mean something happens to you or something happens to your fellow service members. So you have to be up, you got to be ready, you got to get going. And it's really jarring.
Remke says he checks the local ordinances and adjusts his sleep schedule so he's not falling asleep when people are setting off fireworks. He says you can help him and other veterans by obeying those legal firework times set by officials. The city is launching a new campaign to educate people about the dangers of hot cars and leaving your pets inside. Many people think their dog will be okay if they crack the window, but that does very little to reduce the temperatures inside. Indianapolis Animal Care Services is rolling out a billboard on wheels. The car has a stuffed animal and thermometer showing just how hot it can get inside.
We don't want people leaving their dogs in hot cars, definitely. So 10, 15 minutes, that's enough to raise the temperature inside a vehicle 30 degrees. So that's when it's 89 degrees outside, we're talking 30 degrees hotter. So don't leave your kids in the car, don't leave the dogs in the car. Very hot in there.
The Jeep will be parked at Holiday Park and various parks throughout the summer. IACS says they have already received multiple calls this summer about pets left in hot cars. An Indiana man learning his punishment for the death of his infant son was attacked in the courtroom by the child's uncle. It happened as Quinn Bowes walked out of a Gibson County, Indiana courtroom Wednesday. You see there. Bowes had just been sentenced to 20 years in prison for the death of his 11-week-old son last year. That's when the infant's uncle, Matt Hartley, hurled himself at Bowes in the hallway, punching him in the face. Law enforcement ushered Bowes from the scene while Hartley was handcuffed. He's now facing a battery charge. Now to the miraculous rescue of a newborn baby found alive in a dumpster. Exclusive footage shot by a Florida ABC affiliate captures the emotional handover 2 months after her birth. We're also hearing from the maintenance worker who discovered her and his life-saving 911 call. ABC's Megan Tevrizian has the latest tonight.
An emotional reunion 2 months in the making. This morning, Carlos Jimenez Martin's 9-month-old daughter officially in his custody after being found in a Boca Raton dumpster the day she was born. Naming her Sarah. This exclusive video shot by ABC affiliate WPBF.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes, there's a baby in the garbage.
The incredible discovery was made at this Boca Raton apartment complex by a hero maintenance worker back in May. Sergio Vega thought he heard a cat crying, but what he pulled out of a white plastic bag was a baby, her umbilical cord still attached. He made this desperate call to 911.
Is the baby breathing?
Yes, he's still alive.
Is it crying?
He was crying. That's how we found out.
Vega tells ABC News he was terrified. This was a traumatic incident, but in the end, it had great results. The child, alive and incredibly okay. Her 35-year-old mother, Rafael Souza, charged with attempted murder. Police say Souza admitted to giving birth to the girl and putting her in the trash, claiming she thought she was a stillborn. Martin says he never knew Souza, his girlfriend, was pregnant. The discovery, similar to another newborn girl abandoned shortly after birth who captivated the nation. Baby India was found in the Georgia woods in a plastic bag last month. Officials in Forsyth County say she is now safe and healthy in state custody.
In Florida, Sarah's father says he spent weeks trying to gain custody. This week, DNA confirmed his paternity. Investigators say they were able to track down Sarah's mother after they found a receipt in the plastic bag. Megan Tevrizian, ABC News, New York.
Now a warning for pet owners. The CDC and FDA are investigating an outbreak of salmonella infections linked to contact with pig ear dog treats. The FDA says salmonella discovered in pig ear treats can infect people either from handling the treats or directly from your dog if it gets sick. Retailer Pet Supplies Plus has recalled bulk pig ear treats sold in its stores. Those are the kind it puts in open bins and sells individually. Prepackaged branded pig ears have not been recalled. Netflix says it will cut back on depictions of smoking in its productions. The announcement comes after a report from the anti-smoking group Truth Initiative. It said that there was a 44% increase in smoking depictions in the second season of the popular show Stranger Things. The report also found other Netflix shows that were popular among young people showed more smoking and use of tobacco products in recent seasons. Netflix now says it will exclude shots of smoking or e-cigarette use in all of its shows rated TV 14 and below, or in movies rated PG-13 and below. Nestle says it has created a wrapper that can decompose in the ocean in 6 months. It's a step the company hopes will help reduce ocean plastics. It's called a Flow Wrap Cold Seal line of packaging. Nestle will use it on its Yes bars first. You'll know you have the new packaging because the bar will say carefully wrapped in paper. The company says it takes about 450 years for typical wrappers to break down. Nestle wants all of its packaging to be reusable or recyclable by the year 2025. Today, America celebrates its 243rd birthday, while another American is celebrating her special day, too. Malia Obama is 21 years old today. When former President Barack Obama first took office in 2008, Malia was just 10 years old. Malia's father shared a throwback family picture on Twitter today, wishing a happy 4th to Americans and a happy birthday to his daughter. Kevin joins us now with a look at your Storm Team 6 forecast, and many of you about to step out the door to go to the 4th of July festivities, see the fireworks.
And you'll think, wow, it hasn't cooled off much.
At all, right?
Yeah, temperatures still, well, we're at 87. We're down 1 degree from the afternoon high. Want to show you this view looking basically to the north from downtown Indianapolis. Notice the flat bottom to these clouds, and then they're not building vertically too much, kind of resisting any thunderstorm development in central Indiana this afternoon. Not far from Connorsville, one little blip there to the southeast, then of Versailles, a couple of showers. Then we go into Illinois. These will try to make it into western Indiana. That's why we do have this isolated risk for a thunderstorm, not overwhelming. Most of us will have the fireworks shows go off in our communities without any issues. Could be an isolated delay in spots. 95, that's the current heat index in Muncie. 94 is what it feels like in Peru. Other temperatures are still in the upper 80s. It's 89, the actual temperature in Terre Haute. Through the evening hours, overall chance of thunderstorms in any one spot remains low. Temperature by the time we gather again at 11 o'clock tonight will still be just shy of 80 degrees. Temperatures will make some progress as far as cooling off. 89 tomorrow. Temperatures Saturday, mid-80s. By the time we get to Sunday and Monday, besides the temperature being cooler, the humidity level will be lower. That will be a welcome change as well. Tomorrow and Saturday, two most likely days for thunderstorms. They'll become more widespread in the afternoon hours. Temperatures tomorrow, lower 70s. It's a warm start. We've got a warm finish. Middle to upper 80s, just depending on the timing of the development of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. From north to south, upper 80s once again for the high. The thunderstorms will cool us off temporarily. Get a thunderstorm roll through, temperatures will fall back into the 70s quickly. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, not much. 4 o'clock, more numerous thunderstorms, and by 7, still ongoing, any one of which may have heavy downpours. 7-day forecast, temperatures coolest Sunday and Monday. As we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday, rain chances remain low, so it may be another dry stretch for us.
All right, well, get out there, enjoy it while we've got it. Hey, helping you land the job, it is one reason we bring you Hiring Hoosiers on RTV6. Up next, our career coaches highlighting how you should think like a boss if you want to nail that new job.
See, let's do it.
Fast foodies know the deal. Every Thursday, our Hiring Hoosiers career coaches seek to empower you with the job search. Today, we are focusing on how to go into an interview believing that you're the chosen one to get that position.
When you prepare for the job interview, do you ever wonder, how can I be the chosen one? It's easy. Go into the interview with the attitude that you are the one they want. Think like the boss. Show them your value. Look them in the eye and be confident. Your body language will say a lot, so stand tall and hold your head high. Everyone is nervous at first, so just be yourself and let them see your wonderful personality. Know a little about the company before you go. Read about the business. Learn about its history. Try to ask a question or make a comment. For example, I just read about that project in the newspaper. This shows them that you are interested in more than a paycheck. Be willing to do more than what you've planned. Keep in mind that you may not get the first job that you desire, but one job may lead to an even better opportunity. One of the best things that you can say in a job interview is, I want to work for this company because I believe there's a potential for advancement. Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
Our career coaches are great resources. If you have a question for one of them, send us an email at hiringhoosiers.com. Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
And we want to thank our career coach, Susie Moore-Fenton with Central 9 in Johnson County. Our career coaches are great resources. If you have a question for one of them, you can send us an email at hiringhoosiers.com. That's where you can also find all of our other Hiring Hoosiers stories. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning on Good Morning Indiana as we look at a program helping military veterans transition into a career in IT. We'll be right back with a final check of the weather.
6 p.m. America runs on Duncan.
Well, don't forget, ABC Shark Tank is coming to Indianapolis. You can pitch your idea to producers at an open call on July 16th at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Doors open at 6 a.m. We do have more information on the RTV6 app and the IndyChannel.com. More sights and sounds as Central Indiana celebrates the 4th. The Noblesville Fireworks Festival is happening right now. Things kicked off earlier today with a parade downtown. Fireworks begin at 10 o'clock tonight. Organizers say there's much more excitement this year since they decided to expand the number of events all day. Memorial Park in Lebanon also decked out in festival fun. Crowds watched the parade earlier today, and now they're looking forward to the fireworks at 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, there's live music, contests, tournaments, and lots of food. The fun continues even after today. There's a carnival that runs through Saturday. It's a great day out there.
A small chance of rain at 10 o'clock. Let me show you where it is raining right now. That's southeast of Indianapolis, the one lone area. It's been able to develop, maybe last a half hour and then fizzle out, but may develop others. Southeast of Rushville, southwest of Connorsville. Isolated thunderstorms tonight. They're more widespread tomorrow and Saturday.
All right, that does it for us here at 7 o'clock. We hope you'll join us back here for RTV6 News at 11. Have a great evening.